My name is Army Specialist Albert Ross. In 2004, I was severely injured by RPG while serving in Baghdad, Iraq. This resulted in the amputation of my right leg and other injuries. My wife is with me, and we've been married for almost 20 years, 18 to be exact.
Okay, so interesting story on how I met Specialist Albert Ross. I was actually injured in Iraq as well. And so going through therapy and surgery and procedures, my mom was there to help take care of me. And so mind you, my face is white because I was a burn patient. So my face is white. I have on burn compression gloves. I'm in a wheelchair. I have a cast on one foot, a moon boot on the other foot. And she's wheeling me to the receptionist of physical therapy. So here comes this soldier walking down the hall at to come to physical therapy. And he's walking, and as he's getting closer, I see he's walking with a little dip. So I asked him, I said, "Hey, why are you pimp walking in the hospital?" And he says, "I'm not." He's like, "I'm an amputee." And so I didn't believe him. I was like, "No, you're not." And so he had to literally lift up his pants leg to show me his prosthetic because I didn't believe him.
And I was eating some popcorn, and she looks up at me and she said, "Didn't your mom ever teach you how to share?" And I was like, "You could have just, you want some?"
So then he started sharing his popcorn, and we started talking, and since then we started doing like therapy together, went to appointments, we're there for each other's surgeries, and just healed together, became best friends. So we have 3 beautiful children, and they are so special and they're so beautiful.
I served in the U.S. Army in the 1st Cavalry Division. At that time we had done plenty of patrols, and it was an area that we were used to going through. And normally we get to this certain spot, and it's like a building there. So I was coming out of the gunner's hatch on my Humvee to rotate with my battle buddy to his position. So as he got into the hatch, he screamed out "incoming" as I was coming around the front of the Humvee, and that's when they shot off the RPG. And as soon as the blast went off, all I remember was seeing red and orange, and it was like a fireball. One of my injuries was right below the knee amputation. And then over here on my left leg, I suffered from a gunshot wound in my big foot and big toe. And then I took shrapnel wounds here in this leg. And then I also suffered a TBI, a traumatic brain injury, and I suffered from PTSD. Pretty much like they told me in Germany, we can repair it. It would look like a foot, but you would never be able to use it again, and you would be wheelchair bound. Or we can amputate, and you can be up in a matter of like a few weeks. And so at that point, that's when me and my mom kind of decided that it was best to amputate. It's been very interesting in the house that we live in now. Out of the 2 of us, I think I've been the most stubborn, not realizing that the things I was doing around the house were risky. One of the big challenges at our house, getting into the tub to take a shower, like I was hopping around the house on one leg and sometimes would slip and hit the floor. I would have to go down the stairs, scooting on my bottom. And then when it's time to go back up, God forbid I had something that I needed to take with me because I need to move it up the stairs and move myself backwards up the stairs. And then she was getting on to me like, "Why couldn't you just ask me to go get it?"
Because he has too much pride. He has so much pride. Like, "You don't think I would go downstairs for you?" Like, that's what I would say. Because I'm like, if you want anything, I'll go get it, you know?
A lot of us, when we heard about Homes for Our Troops, we were like, I'm in my 20s. I don't really fit that mold. I can figure out how to get around and do things. Now that I'm starting to get a little older, my body's like, "Dude, you need to listen to her." The things I was taking risks with when I was 20, I'm 41 now. I shouldn't be taking those risks.
What I would most look forward into a specially adapted home for him would just be the safety features. The fact that he would be safe, well, he would have freedom, he would have his independence, he would have the maneuverability to know that no area of our house would be off limits at all.
Just seeing the fact that we would have a concrete side walkway that goes completely around the house, where I'd be able to get to every corner of the house and be able to maintain it and be able to, just be able to be a husband and take the trash out, be able to water the yard, just take care of home. A lot of us are going to get our independence back and be able to move through the house freely, not have her worried or my kids worried about what's going to happen if we're not at home.
Homes for Our Troops is a life-changing organization because not only are they blessing servicemen and women, they are changing lives and changing the trajectory of lives.